Welcome to this month's webinar. I am really excited about this. Um, this is going to be really helpful and informative for your brand. We're going to today talk specifically about product listings and maximizing your conversions for that. That is a question that we get a ton for the brands that we work with and other brands that we talk with. And this is something that will really make an impact on your business. So I'm super excited to share with you, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. Okay, so I want now you to kind of think, because I want this to be a little bit of a also reflective type of where you're thinking about what is one element that will have the biggest impact on the results of your overall listing efforts. So if you have a pen and paper, and I hope that you do, and that you've been taking down notes if you're able to, that you write down what you think that one element that can have the biggest impact on those overall listing efforts. So we've talked about a lot of different things. I'm going to give you just a few, like just about 30 seconds, just to think through what is that one element that you can do that will have a huge impact. Okay. So I hope you write that down. Now we're going to move on to really helpful key performance indicators. So KPIs, things that you want to look at, because I mentioned earlier, you should be tracking things. You should be looking at Amazon business reports every month. So these are some really important metrics that you're wanting to look at that will really help you to gauge how your listings are performing and if you're doing better. I already mentioned it earlier, but your unit session percentage, that is another word for your conversion rate. So how many people that do come on to your listing then end up purchasing? That's an important metric. You're also going to want to look at the traffic to your listing. And this will help you to figure out too, if you're having a conversion issue, a traffic issue, both. Like this is really going to help you figure out like what you need to pinpoint to really work on. And then another metric obviously is sales, looking at your monthly sales for a product or all of your products as a whole. We usually like breaking it down to see like within each product as well, if you have multiple products. But what are those every month? So some key ideas of things we've covered. Does it speak to your customer avatar? Does it address their fears, their frustrations, why they need to choose your brand, your products, right? Because of all the competition on Amazon, that's really important. Do you have a variety of images and showing your product in use? Do you have videos on your listing? Do you have that overall positive product review? Typically for most brands, you're going to want to try to be around 4 stars or higher. Does it make it easy for them to take action to add it to their cart? Remember that suppress buy box does not make it easy for them. Get the basics in order. You want that fast fulfillment, if possible. Fulfilled by Amazon will always help you with your sales if you're able to do that. Product inserts and helps if your product needs directions to use. This is especially if there's a lot of steps to use your product that make it a little harder. Having things in your box, for instance, to really help them to use your product and successfully, because people can get frustrated easily if not. I already mentioned, but add credibility with that authority, right? Are you calling people to action in the bullets, in your product description, somewhere on your listing to tell them to buy now, to move them from just wanting this to actually needing this in their life, right? And then are you leveraging marketing to maximize your session conversion rates? Those are all really important things to think through. Okay, so now this is another part where I want it, like I said, I want this to be something that you can take away things today. So I want you to think, which of the following should you implement in your business now that will have a positive impact on your conversion rates? So I know I've shared a lot of ideas, but I want you to think of three different things that you can do in the next month to help. So go ahead and write, what are those 3 things that you're going to implement as a function of what you've learned so far today. Okay, so I'm going to give you about a minute to do this. Maybe it's videos. Maybe you don't have any. Maybe there's something you can create, at least a basic. Maybe you're realizing that you need more images. Maybe you're realizing you merchant fulfill, but fulfilled by Amazon is a good option potential for your brand. Go ahead and write those things, some things that you can take action on in the next 30 days. Okay. So one of the biggest marketing issues on Amazon is those unconverted leads. So you've got the traffic coming, but you're not converting those to buyers. That's a huge issue on Amazon. We see that all the time. It's actually sometimes amazing, like listings and products can be doing really, really well, but their conversion rate can be super low. And so it's just a matter of, optimizing the listing and making changes that'll have positive impact that could just really continue to make that product sell even better. So here's the problem. Now, a nice I know sometimes people ask what's a good target, conversion rate. That might be a question that someone would ask, but typically it does depend on your niche and the type of product and everything that you're in. So what converts well for one niche as a basic rule of thumb, maybe actually a low conversion. But if you were to ask me a general rule of thumb, I would say generally 20% conversion is a good target. We've definitely seen higher, and we think that it should go higher if possible, obviously, because we want to get the most out of it. But even then, think about that. That's depending on how much you're converting right now, you still have 70 to 90% of that traffic that's not purchasing your product. And then the other problem that you're having potentially is that customers are not even seeing your listings. That can be a huge problem. And then here's some reasons on why that is. So the traffic that visits, this is what we've been talking about, they're not converted due to your listings not fully optimized. So all the things that we've been talking about. Or you're maybe not driving traffic to your listings through ads, through advertising on Amazon. And another thing could be that you're not ranking for very specific targeted keywords within your niche. And that's really helpful as well. So that's where it kind of goes back to knowing your ideal customer, that customer avatar, their main pains and problems, frustrations. Then you can kind of understand more of what they're going to be looking for to connect them with your listing. So here's the solution. So you want to leverage listing optimization, right, for conversions. We've been talking a lot about that, and you've already hopefully written down 3 different elements that you're going to already do in the next month. And then begin driving traffic to those listings that are optimized. And then you're going to incorporate copy into your listing to really help gain an index for what the customers are searching basically on Amazon, so that you can find your products and listings. Okay, here we go. Some more simple math. 1,000, let's say, sessions with traffic. It converts at 10%. Your listings are not optimized. You're not getting a ton of traffic beyond just that 1,000 per month. You sell 100 units. The average cart value, let's say, is $60. So 100 units at $60, that's $6,000 in sales. Which, honestly, that is pretty good. So I know I have a frowny face there, but that's pretty good. But when I show you the next option, you're going to realize that there's so much more that could be had. So let's say in this example, you've got 1,500, so you've increased your traffic. So that's one part of it. The traffic's one part. The conversion rate, increasing conversions is the other one. So let's say you jump up to 20% conversion rate because your listing's optimized and you're driving traffic, which is why you see this increase here and here. Then you sell 300 units for an average cart value, let's say of $60, that leads to $18,000 in sales. So, I mean, to be quite honest, this is a good starting point, especially if that was just one product or listing. But there's just so much, that's almost 3 times, the sales on that. So that is definitely much better. Like I said, this is still definitely a good starting point. So make every lead that you do generate more valuable, because especially if you're running ads on Amazon, it's really important that your listings are converting.